little adjusting to do on the plows, but we're just getting started. Hey, good morning everyone, Trackman 44 here. Hey, remember we just got the new skins on the 2000 Ford? That's so my son could come over here to the property and go ahead and turn under just a little bit of a deer plot. Last year we didn't have the plow, and he had that track hoe down here digging up all those stumps and everything. Well, this year we went ahead and brought the Dan user plow down, and we got the tractor with the new skins, and he's in here trying to get the plow adjusted and trying to get it to turn right, turn the dirt over correctly. And so we're kind of fiddling and playing with it. We're not doing an exceptionally good job, but we're having fun. That's all that matters anyway. So, we had some tremendous rains. You can see him slipping and sliding, especially with that land wheel is really wanting to spin. So probably should have waited another day or two without rain. But then again, it got rain in the forecast for the next 48 hours. So, you know, what are you gonna do? I completely forgot the stabilizing arms that goes on the back to keep the plow, you know, from pushing itself to one side or the other. So we're just having to deal with that. But once he gets done with that, he's going to go ahead and disc it. And we brought down the small leaf rake so he can run around there and knock off some high spots and pick up some of the roots we're digging up. We had a little bit of a problem on that second pass, so he's trying to straighten out the furrow a little bit. Now see, whenever I was a kid, out on the home place, we never had any 3-point implements, no plows or anything like that. We had the old drag type plows, and it was always a fit, you know, getting everything adjusted correctly. But the adjustment on these is done a different way, but it's still the same thing. You want the bottom of your plowshare to actually cut the furrow perfectly horizontal, and you want that coulter to shave the side of the furrow at a perfect 90-degree angle. So when we get everything adjusted correctly, that's what it should be doing. Like I said, forgot to stabilize arms. We're not going to get there today probably, but at any rate, the main thing is get the green stuff turned brown, get some seed in the ground, and we're going to do that. One of the issues we're having is where those old stumps are. Unfortunately, they were dead for a pretty good while, but he's turning up a lot of the roots and stuff off of those old dead trees. So hopefully by the time he discs it and runs it with the spring tooth harrow or the leaf rake, he'll be able to collect some of those. And we're only turning about 4 to 5 inches, 6 inches at the very deepest. And it's not the prettiest in the world, and you can see how slick it is with the land wheel just a You know that old saying, it's too wet to plow. Well, this is very close to being too wet to plow. But no matter, like I said, it'll dry out. He's limited in his time on the weekend anyway, so at least we're turning the majority of the green stuff brown. There was no fluid in the new tires, and didn't have time to get the weights on the tractor, so we're running bare bones, you know what I mean? And we have nowhere near the correct adjustment on those plows. He's pushing a little bit off to the left of the furrow, so he's not actually cutting a full clean swath with the right plowshare off of the furrow. I guess if we were planting beans or corn or something, you know, for a profit, it'd be much more important, but this doesn't matter. Now most of the area he's turning about 5 or 6 inches, but there is definitely some of the spots where you're just barely getting maybe about 3, maybe to 4 inches at the very most. But you know, like I said, it doesn't really matter a whole lot. It's a lot better than just disking and then trying to plant your corn right on top of just the disc ground. This has been a number of years, quite a number of years since this area has been turned under. See, if we had the stabilizing arms on there, he'll be able to keep that thing cutting where it needs to be with the left with the right wheel of the tractor up against the inside of the last furrow. But you can see easily how the plow is shifting off to the left-hand side. He went ahead and put wheat in here as a cover crop over the course of the winter. So he come down a little earlier this morning with the old Ford bush hog and knocked it down so it'll turn under so much easier. The whole idea is two things. Number one, hold the soil from erosion. Of course, you don't have to worry about that too much in this little low bottom area, but also to provide nutrients by plowing it under in the spring. So he'll be planting just a little bit of corn later in the day. And if you hang around all the way till the end, there's a few seconds showing a few still photos of the actual ground after it's fully prepared and ready for planting. You see how he's having to hold off of the furrow with the right wheel? Has to try to take use of the full width or the full swath or the full width of the plowshare, the inboard plowshare. Gotta admit, the old 2000 seems to be purring like a kitten. It is definitely on the wet side. And yes, I know the ground speed's way too slow. We should be plowing in second gear, maybe even third gear if the tractor pull it. But as wet as it is, that'll do him no good to try to go any faster. But all he's going to do, then it just spin out so much quicker. So he'll end up having to just mess around too awful much. Just keep it slow and go, and that'll take care of it. You can see there he's kind of covering a little bit right there. And if we had the stabilizing bars on the back and we had the either the tires weighted or external wheel weights on them, we could probably go just a little bit farther. See how he just spun out right there. Literally had to adjust draft control in order to get traction up to go ahead and pull forward. So that, we're doing what we can. He's sitting about 7 inches right there. How long you think this snake was right here? The skin's a good 48 inches. And boy, he's pretty big in the middle. Here's the old Oliver 8-foot drag disc. I kind of pieced some broken things together last year and brought it down here for him to use. I've got an actual 3-point disc that came with the Ford that I've got to go back out and pick that up yet. I just have not managed to do it. And here's the 5-foot bush hog that actually came with the Ford too. It was bought new with the tractor in 1972. And it too had not been used for years and years and years until I got the old tractor. Good heavy bush hog. Well, it looks to me like he's got it under control. So once he gets this turned under, he's going to go ahead and hook onto that drag type disc and go ahead and flatten it out. And like I said, he's going to go ahead and use that little leaf rake and then run around and maybe pick up some of those small roots and stuff that are left over from those trees he dug out last year. I think that's it for this one. I've got to get out of here, get out of my daughter's house, pick up a lawnmower that's not running right. And this is Trackman 44, and I'm out of here, guys. Well, here you go. Considering how wet it was and how difficult a time we had getting it to this point, you got to admit, it's looking pretty good. And you know what? Thanks a lot, guys, for hanging around a little while.